Hey guys, welcome to Love, Life, and Politics, where I talk about love, life, and mostly politics. Per usual, links in the description below to the people that I keep up with during the week to get a lot of my sources, a lot of my information, a lot of my stories, as well as my subscribe star if you want to support the channel. Anyways, without further ado, let's talk about the three major things that happened this week. Number one, 50 Cent endorsing Trump. Number two, Biden emails get more heated. And number three, the final debate that happened tonight as I'm recording it, so to speak. All right, so first thing, 50 Cent endorsing Trump. So he sent out essentially two tweets with a screenshot of the effective tax rate of people making over $400,000 in California, New York State, and New York City, and New Jersey. And the lowest one of those was 58%. So essentially he was saying, I don't care if he doesn't like black people, which we all know is actually not true, especially on his history and the fact that he has put black people in good positions. He has been hanging out with civil rights leaders and major people in the black community, as well as providing the greatest and strongest economy for black people on recorded history. So anyways, 50 Cent, besides saying that wrongful statement, he said, you got me messed up if this is going to be your tax plan. I'm definitely voting for Trump because Biden is more likely to, go after the rich or people who are more well off. He exposed himself to show to these people who vote for him just without question, and tell other people to vote for him without question because they're living in their little bubble and they don't do any serious research. And honestly, let me not just say they don't do any research, or whatever they are researching clearly isn't sticking to task. He was like, nah, I'm voting for Trump. I don't care if he doesn't like black people. I'm not going to let you take my wealth. Like, how can somebody think it's okay for someone to work hard and build a business, okay, and then for the government to take more than half of their money? You make $1 million. The government takes $600,000 from you simply because you had the wherewithal, the mindset, the drive to get yourself to a point where you're making $1 million a year. What the heck is going on? The government is dictating what lifestyle you can have arbitrarily. Oh, we think that if you make this amount, you should only live off of this much. Absolutely horrible. And rich people need to get their act together, bruh. And honestly, I'm going to do a separate video on it. I don't know why I haven't. But you rich people that are going to inevitably leave these states, do not bring your effing politics to our states. Don't leave horrible tax policies and horrible policies in general and come over here to a state that doesn't have those horrible policies and vote for the people who want those horrible policies. Glad you're finally on the train, my man. Hopefully when you get on it, you'll be educated on the fact that this man does not hate black people. And in fact has done more than the last president and the president before that and the president before that in terms of bettering the lives of African Americans. And Hispanics, by the way. Anyways, second thing that happened is Biden emails getting heated. So a lot of stuff has happened. Majorly, it's been verified. Somebody who was on the receiving end of the emails has come out and clarified that so-and-so means Biden. He's saying that these things are true. There's no joke. I wasn't going to come out, but because Biden is not addressing it at all, I am forced to now have to come out and explain to the people. Until Biden does it himself, I'm going to be the one that's going to be talking about what's going on out there. So that's a major deal. And Giuliani has dropped off this hard drive to, was it Delaware police? Because apparently there's some things on there that might implicate somebody in child no stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bad boy kid stuff. Yeah. The censors won't get that. Bad boy kid stuff. And yeah, that's a major thing, and the media is doing such a great job as hiding it. But I think the more that they try to hide it, the more that it kind of bubbles up. Because if you're trying this hard to say, oh, he can't post this because he didn't give permission. Y'all released Trump's taxes, and y'all didn't say nothing about that. Y'all talked about Russia, and that was proven to be wrong, and y'all don't say nothing about that. It's very clear that you're running screen for your boy Biden. And the American people, if they're paying attention at all, are going to see that. You're censoring the fourth largest newspaper or news network or news entity, and our oldest, apparently, news entity, because they're publishing a story about the guy that you want to win, and you're getting exposed for it. Anyways, that's the second story. I think more stuff is going to come out, and it's going to benefit Trump. Now, a lot of people out there are saying, wow, it's pretty horrible move to use this as a political tool. That's cool. That's cool. I can understand that. But if you want to play the game, you set up the rules. Now we're going to play by the rules and play better than you, because that dropping Trump's taxes and not really telling people the full story about what's in them. But that's besides the fact. Right before a debate, you can't now turn around and say, wow, you guys are using this for political expedience. All right, cool. If your argument was the American people deserve to know about his taxes, but I think that the American people deserve to know that the guy that they're about to elect used his vice presidency to bring wealth to himself and his family. Yeah, that happened. Anyways, third thing that happened was the final debate, which at the time of recording was tonight. And I got the first 10, 15 minutes. I went to go play bound ball. If you guys have never played bound ball, it's going to be big. If I get big, I'm going to make sure that bound ball gets big. It's an amazing sport. Yeah, that will eventually come up. But I watched some of the highlights, some of the expositories, and people like going through it. And what is the word that they use for that? Post debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm tripping. I'm having a Joe Biden moment. And analysis. That's what I'm looking for. Joe Biden would have never figured it out. Analysis, and a lot of people are saying he did very good. Honestly, at least from what I saw, it was a major change between what the last debate was and what was going on with this one. At least for the moments I was there, I was just like, what? Good job, Trump. You're staying on task, man. You're not blowing your lid, man. You're staying consistent, man. They trained you up so well, man. And Biden, I mean, I expect the same performance that he got last time, but from what I heard, he made a little bit more mistakes, so to speak, in his speaking and whatnot, which is expected since last time Trump didn't allow him to make his mistakes and fumble. And this time, again, I was Sticks, Hex, and Hammer 666. He said that the mics would actually end up helping him, and he was right. The fact that I don't know if he was going to be this way regardless, but the fact that he knew, okay, even if I speak, they're going to mute it anyways, so let me just let him speak. He was able to really drive home the points, and the moderator gave him the 15 minutes that I did watch directly and some of the highlights that I saw afterwards. The moderator, I've got to give that woman props. Clearly, the whole debate format and the questions that they were asking were favorable to Biden, okay? Because they changed it from one that would have been, especially in this time with those emails, very favorable to Trump. But regardless, at least from what I saw and what I saw from the highlights, she was a straight shooter. She was a straight shooter. Clearly, she was shooting a little bit more to the left, but straight nonetheless. I would say that was good. I think all moderators should be on this league moving forward. But anyways, those are the three major things that have happened this week. At this time next week, next video will be about 4 days before the election. So I'll have probably a lot of news, a lot of different crazy October surprises and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked it. Please like, share, subscribe. Anything you do to support the channel is greatly appreciated. I hope you guys have a blessed one. Stay safe.